Hello again. I thought I'd do a video today. I don't know why. Because I like doing videos. Doing videos is fun. So I thought I'd talk about googa since I've talked about the media a lot in my other videos, and I thought I'd talk about something that was quite important to me and to the way I live. So in case you're not from my school, which I imagine every one of my subscribers is from my school. In case you're not, hello, and googa is a month-long camp that they do it's an outdoor education camp that they do at my school and others. And basically you go there for a month, you don't have technology, you don't have your parents, you have to live by yourself, well, not by yourself, you have to live with yourself and others for a month, and you have to learn to become independent and stuff. And I can say firsthand that it works. If the entire idea of the camp is to encourage you to become more independent and become more self-reliant and stuff, I can definitely give them a big thumbs up for that, because it worked. I can do stuff on my own now, and I don't have to rely on my parents. So thanks googa for that, I guess. Oh no, I'm saying I guess again. I said that a lot in my other videos. But yeah, while you're at googa, you have to live in a dorm with, I think it's up to 12 people, because there's rooms of 4, and there's 3 rooms of 4, 3 cabins of 4. And that's also a challenge, having to deal with up to 11 other people in your day-to-day life, because you have to cook with them, you have to do chores with them, you have to clean with them, and you have to do a lot of stuff with them. And you get to know them a lot more. And that's one of my favourite parts of googa. I now know a lot of people better than I did before I went, and I'm glad I do. I've made a lot more closer friends at googa than I did before. This video is going to be a bit rambling. I'm going to go from topic to topic quite quick. But yeah. Dorm life, it was a challenge at the start, because I think my dorm had about 10 people to begin with. It had 10 people, and we all had to live with each other, and we didn't really know each other. I knew the 2 people I was in a cabin with, and I was happy to be with them, but I didn't know the other 7 people I was put with that well. And it was tough, because I had to learn that these people, even though they weren't my friends, I was going to have to live with them like they were my friends. And I did. I made friends with them. I'm glad I did. There was just 1 or 2 people that made dorm life extremely difficult, because they wouldn't participate and stuff. And if you're watching this and you haven't gone to googa yet, participate, please, in cleaning up and stuff, like washing dishes at night. Because if you don't, you will be not liked, because everyone pitching in is a big part of googa too. If you don't help, then you're not putting in what needs to be done, because there's a lot of work there that needs to be done, and you should help, really, because it'll teach you a lot more about yourself and stuff. Also at googa you do activities. There's 4 major ones: solo, overnight hike, 3-day hike, and pioneering. Well, they were the 4 major ones for me. Overnight hike is a big challenge at the beginning, because you get taken to a campsite. For the boys at least, you get taken to the campsite on the second day you're there, and you have to pitch tents, cook food, stuff like that. And then the next day you have to walk 12k with a hike pack that weighs about 15 on your back. And for someone who's never done that before, and I assume other people haven't done that before, but for someone who's never walked that distance, plus also the stuff on my back, it was hard. It was extremely hard, and I regretted every minute of it until I got to the end, and I thought, oh my god, I just walked 12k with 15k on my back. Go Dylan. But yeah, that was a major challenge for me. But I felt after I did that, I was ready for anything. And it's a good activity to do right at the beginning of googa because it presents you with the caliber of the challenges you're going to be getting. You've been given a massive physical challenge that you're not prepared for at all, and you're made to do it, and you have to do it. And when you do it, you realize, I'm ready for anything now. And it's cool. And then the boys have 3-day hike a week after, and that's, for me, it was 60k, well, around that, because I did the long hike. And I'm glad I did, even though for those 3 days I was begging for death. The 60k that we walked, it's a journey. It's a journey I will never forget, that I walked 60k with 4 other people. We'll always have that. We'll always have that memory of walking 60k, plus all the other little bits like Intersection 5 and all the banter we had there. They'll know who they are. But yeah, that was a big one for me. Walking with that idea that I have to keep going and there's no way I'm getting out of it. Just keep going, Dylan. And again, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did long, because long hike, it really taught me a lot about myself. Because when you're walking, I know some people like to walk and talk and that gets them through it, but for me, I walked with my head down, singing songs and just listening to my own thoughts. And I got to think about me and what was going on with me at the camp and also at home. And it taught me a lot about myself. It taught me about what I was going through, and it helped me get over them. And, oh dear, I think the branch behind me snapping. Yeah. Even though I eventually did talk to someone about what was going on, it felt good to talk it through with myself and talk it through with the person who was having the issues, which was me. Following that, you have pioneering. I think I said pioneering was one of my major ones. Pioneering's in week 3, and it's 3 days out in the bush with, I think my group was 8 people, including myself. And you have to build your own shelter and cook your own food and stuff. You only have leaders come twice a day. And that one, even though it was boring, not having anything to do, I would do pioneering again, just to experience. We have so many memories from that. All the boys who went on the pioneering to Sunset, we have so many memories together because of putting up the shelter. That was a fun time. Cooking food, building the fort. It was all good. And I wouldn't, even though I called it boring, I wouldn't trade any of it for anything. Any money in the world you could not give me to trade my googa experience away. And then lastly, in the last week, which I think is a good idea to have it in the last week, you get solo. That is my favorite activity of the entire googa experience. It is 1 day pretty much, 24 hours on your own with yourself. You spend 24 hours on your own in a tent. Well, not in a tent, you can go outside of your tent, but it's 24 hours on your own. And if you embrace the fact that you're on your own, it really helps. I sat alone on a tree branch for about an hour just watching the clouds, not caring about time or anything. It was just good to be alone with myself, thinking about I'm going home in a week and stuff. Well, not a week, I think it was about 3 days. But yeah, solo is very good if you embrace the fact that you're alone, and you will be alone and stuff. Other than that, googa, you get weekends, which are really, really fun. It's because every day you get chores and stuff to do. Especially in the week, you're always doing stuff. But on the weekend, once you do your Saturday morning cleanup, you get free time for about 3 or 4 hours. And it is brilliant to sit down and talk with the people you've been there with, talk about what they were like on 3-day hike and stuff. And we ended up playing a game of Capture the Flag just out of nowhere because it wasn't organised by the leaders or anything. We just decided, let's do this, let's have a game just for fun. And we did, and it was fun. And we got to have fun without, it was just kids being kids. It was cool. I'm rambling a bit. And you get to talk to people a lot on the free time, because that's genuinely what you do. You get to talk to, because the boys and the girls, men and women, whatever, they're segregated a lot of the time, and the only time you get to talk to them are weekends, free time, and at night time occasionally. And it was good to spend, after spending a week with the boys, you get to spend time talking to the girls, talking to them about what's your dorm life about and stuff. And you get to know them a lot. You get to know them well enough. And that was also a brilliant part of googa, the fact that I got to know some people a lot better than I thought I would. And yeah, I'm glad I got to go with Antares and talk to the people I got to talk to. Because googa's a month. It's a month of your life that's completely separate from anything that ever happens. Basically, my life has been existing, googa, existing. And googa's always going to be that point in time where I was at my most happiest, and I will never forget those 4 weeks where I was at my most happiest with people I genuinely care about. Because you know them a lot better by the end of it, and you care about them a lot more. I never thought I could care about some of the people that I met there, but like, I would give anything to spend another minute of my life with them in a situation like that. I value the program a lot, and I applaud the people who do it. I applaud all the leaders that were involved with the googa program, because it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it is amazing. And I would not, as I said before, I would not give anything away for it. To conclude, if you're watching this and you haven't been to googa, I'll give you some tips. So basically, participate, wear 2 pairs of socks on hike, this is a big one, and make friends with the leaders as soon as you get there, because lasting friendships with the leaders will give you a better googa experience, because you get to know them and they treat you a whole lot better if you respect them back. But yeah, as a final bit, any Antares kids that are watching this, thank you so much for making that the best month of my life, because it was. And I'll say it again, I would not give anything away for it. It was a brilliant month. Disregarding any events before or after what happened, it was amazing. Thank you.